Good day everyone and welcome to my channel. Okay, so today's question is, as an international student, can you work and earn enough to pay your tuition? I'll give you a few analyses from my personal experience and I want you to be the judge. So as an international student, you pay about 8,000 a semester, and that's for colleges because universities are like way more than that. So for a year, you pay about $16,000. And remember that a year consists of 2 semesters. Aside from the school fees, you have to buy your books, your textbooks. They're very helpful as well, so you need to get that. Should cost you about $300 to $500 depending on your course. Also, sometimes, because for me, I have to do my placement, so sometimes you might need to do like some trainings which you need to pay for. So I paid for first aid, I paid for CPI, and that cost me about $300 to $400 for that, and that was just in a semester. So aside from that, that's school fees, textbook, and maybe some courses you might want to do along the line that's essential for you to work or do your placement. You also need to think about your daily survival, like your rent. So most times the rent should cost between, the least you can get for rent is probably $500 for a room. Yes, for a room, not the whole house. The whole house probably costs like $1,000 or even more, depends on where you're renting. Also, that rent actually consists of your Wi-Fi, your electricity bills, your laundry, so everything is all inclusive. So everything comes with the rent. It's just you pay the $500 and it covers everything. Aside from that, you also need to go to school or to work, so you need to probably to buy a bus pass. So that bus pass can probably cost you, in a month, you can probably buy for your whole month, that's cheaper. Should cost you about $150 thereabouts. So aside from the rent, the bus pass, you also need your phone bills. So the phone bill should probably cost you about $50 in a month. That's like the least you can get. You can get it cheaper, but like the package is like really messy. So the $50 package is reasonable. Then aside from that, you need to eat. You wouldn't go hungry throughout the semester or throughout the year. So feeding in a month should be about $200, like $50 in a week. Depends on how you eat really, but really I don't eat so much and I spend about $40 to $50 in a week. So in a whole month should cost you about $200. So these are like the basic things you spend as a student. There are other things you might want to do, like buy clothes, hang out with friends, go to attraction sites or places. All those ones, I wouldn't count those ones because those are not like the essential things you might need. So the work part, minimum wage in Canada is $14 per hour, and you're allowed to only work 20 hours in a week as an international student. And obviously, like, that's even like reasonable because you're going to school, you have assignments, you have to read. So like 20 hours is quite reasonable for you to work. And most times you don't even get to work up to that 20 hours because workload and school stress, and also getting the shift itself, because sometimes you just do 8 hours twice in a week, and that's about 16 hours. If not, you might actually exceed that, and that's not good. It's not good. Yes. Because of the long run. Yes, it's not good. So imagine you're calculating 16 hours in a week times $14. I'm not even talking about tax here, but tax for a minimum wage and now shouldn't be so much. So it's still within that range. So then times it by 4, you're getting about 1,000 or maybe even less, maybe 900 to 1,000 ish. Then take away your rent, your transport, your feeding, and other expenses that you may incur. What you'll have as savings is almost very minimal, maybe $100 in a month. What can that really do? Your school fees is like $7,500 to like $8,000 in a semester. So do your calculation. There's hope though. All hope is not lost. All hope is not lost. If you're doing a 2-year course, you can actually have like 4 months of break. Yes, ran from September to April, and I had from April till about August to work. So I had like 4 months to work. So you can actually make up your school fees within that 4 months. Not only for the semester, for also the year. Many people do that. So you're allowed to work full time during your break, and you're allowed to work like the maximum you're allowed to work is 60 hours. So you can actually work 2 jobs at the same time, depending on how strong you are. Like one semester school fees by working just 40 hours in a week and earning like about $20 per hour, because I got a good paying job around that time. So yeah, if you want to take 2 jobs, you can actually do it. You can actually save enough to pay for the year and actually still have some little change. So in conclusion, in my opinion, for the first year you're coming to school, for the first 2 semesters you're coming, make sure you come prepared. You can actually your part-time job can only just pay for your daily expenses basically, because you also need to do well at school. You need to read. School here is quite stressful. If you really want to like understand, because you're paying so much, you should also get the value for what you're paying for. You can only get that value by actually reading and doing your assignments and following the course through. So my advice would be that first year, try to come with enough money to take care of yourself, at least for your school fees. Then your part-time job can just be for like your daily expenses. Then if you're doing a 2-year course, during the long break, then you can now work yourself, like work really hard, then try to save up for the remaining 2 semesters. Or if you're in university, every summer you work hard and try to save up for the next one year. So thank you for listening to this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to get notifications for the other ones I'll be doing. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. And thank you. Have a nice day. Cheers.